Today we're going to be talking about funnels. Funnels. I want to bust a couple of myths today and also share with you what kind of funnels are working. But before I do that, I want you to know, why am I even talking about funnels? Who am I? Why do I have the right and the audacity to teach you anything about funnels? I've been doing funnels for more than 13 years. In fact, I was one of the first to start building funnels in Europe. I was the funnel genius back in the days, and I made a lot of money for a lot of companies with funnels. Not only that, I've built thousands and thousands of funnels for female entrepreneurs, and these funnels led to over 500 million, this is half a billion with a capital B, in client growth strictly from funnels. Not only that, my business made multiple seven figures thanks to funnels that work. I would have never achieved the success that I currently have without funnels. I'm going to be super honest with you. A lot of people ask me, what was the one shift? What was the main shift? What part of your identity? It was none of that. It was not my human design. It was not my identity. It was not the zodiac sign that I have, or Mercury retrograde, or whatever you want to say. It was the fact that I created funnels that worked. On top of that, right now in my business, I have more than 40 something funnels working all the time, making money in my sleep. Not only that, but every single day, if I open my phone is right in front of me. If I open my phone every single day, my email is full of notifications of, you have a purchase, you have a purchase, you have a purchase. And I didn't have to be on my phone the whole time to achieve that. So first and foremost, I want to address something. In the last couple of years, in the so-called spiritual, energetic coaching spaces, for some reason, funnels were the villain. Funnels were the bad ones. I really laugh when I see posts that say, it's not about your funnel and it's not about sales and you're the funnel. This is bullshit. This is not true. It is about creating funnels that work. Now, I completely agree that you can create bad funnels that don't work. In fact, I have coached so many people who come to work with me after building their funnels, and their funnels are a total flop. Inside my program, 7-Figure Funnels, we actually have the live funnel lab. In these labs, I audit clients' funnels, and I can tell you that the mistakes people make are pretty much the same. With the number one starting of minimalizing the importance of a funnel. So first and foremost, let's get this clear. Funnels are important. If you want to run a business like a woman, and if you know me, I'm a big advocate that women should run businesses like women. What does that mean? It means that when you're busy, when you're a mom, when you're going through your period, when things are happening in life, you take the time to relax and breathe a little bit. Funnels allow you to do that. I've worked with some of the top names in the coaching industry and in other online businesses as well. And when I say the top, I really mean the top. And these are women who made so much money, and they made it thanks to their charisma. They made it thanks to who they are, the X factor that they have, the fact that they are the brand. And they come to me absolutely exhausted and burned out. In fact, in the last few years, I literally saved women on the brink of a suicide because of that. Because they were so stressed. They were so exhausted, constantly showing up, especially those who are in the coaching industry, because lots of people make fun of the coaching industry. A lot of people say that, oh, anybody is a coach. Oh, yeah, this is not a serious business. It actually is, because the coaching industry Especially if you are a decent coach, you take a lot of responsibility. You're responsible for people's results. You give your time, your energy. Very often, a coach turns into a therapist. I have been in this a lot of times when I'm literally the therapist as well. So the coaching industry is not easy. And I know it from my personal experience that if you only count on showing up, you being there, one-on-one spaces, and you are the sales funnel, this is the worst thing that you can do. So let's first destroy this. When people come into 7-figure funnels, this is the first thing that I test. Are you pro funnels, or have you been brainwashed by Spice Girls coaches who tell you that the funnel is not important? And if we identify that we have this kind of mentality, this mindset, we have to shift that, because we cannot promise results if this happens. You have to be pro funnel. You have to believe in the power of a funnel, as I say. The next thing that is super important when it comes to funnels is to actually understand how a funnel works. Now, when I see posts of people saying, my framework is this and this, and it does not require complicated 9-step funnels, I actually quote someone's post that I saw. You just tell me you have no idea what you're talking about and you don't know funnels. Funnels can be dumb-proof. In fact, they can be so easy, so simple, that you just saying that means you don't understand what you're talking about. And in fact, you have to stop saying that, because you traumatize people. You traumatize people who really want to make their lives easier, and you traumatize them because you want to sell your method. You want to sell your Spice Girls method that has no proof, that is wishy-washy and all over the place, and kumbaya, let's just jump together in a retreat with zero strategy and zero focus. And you say that funnels are complicated and that they are too rigid just because you want to sell your chaotic solution. This is not good, and we should absolutely eliminate that. Inside of 7-figure funnels, I literally show 2-step funnels. They're 2 steps, not more than that. Simple funnels that guarantee you to make sales. So I want you to first understand this. Simple funnels scale. In fact, complicated funnels do not work anymore. What we used to teach 2, 3, 4 years ago, when you go through a funnel, the old way of doing funnels, they don't work anymore, which is another strange thing that I see of other so-called funnel experts who say, bro, marketing funnels are not going to help you. Darling, nobody's using bro marketing funnels anymore just because they don't work. And when I say bro marketing funnels, these are the funnels when you have 12,000 upsells one after another, and then hop on a call, and then this, and then watch this, and then do this. These type of funnels, they don't exist anymore. Very few actually apply these, if any. Most of the businesses understand that people do not want to fill in 1,000 things. They don't want to go through 1,000 steps. They want a quick solution, easy to access, easy to implement. This is how funnels are going to work. So I want you to hold my hand when I say this. Funnels are not complicated. They are extremely easy. Third thing, funnels are not hard to build. In fact, right now with AI, hard to build should not be in your vocabulary. We actually designed and we build an AI tool inside of 7-figure funnels, which is the most incredible tool. So here's what it does for you. First, if you have a funnel, it is going to assess if your funnel is working or not, which is brilliant. I audit close to 30 businesses every single month. And these 30 businesses, so many of them they do the same mistakes when they are building funnels. So we've built this tool to identify these mistakes immediately. The second thing that this AI tool that I've created inside of 7-Figure Funnels is that it gives you suggestions of how to improve the already existing funnel that you have. So this is for those of you who already have funnels, you want to see, you want to test if this is working. But here's how we take things a step further. We also have the 7-Figure Funnel Labs, where once a month we come together and I am the funnel doctor and I check and examine your funnels. Why? Because again, here's the thing with funnels. When you build a funnel, it is so important that you implement 100% of the strategy. It's like baking bread. And I say this all the time because listen, your girl tried to bake bread once. That was my first time. And I'm the kind of a master chef who I don't stick to recipes. Please, Gordon Ramsay, don't judge me. I love you so much, but I don't stick to recipes. And most of the time, it's a success, but not with bread. When I made my first attempt to bake bread, it was such a disaster. It was horrible. Why? Because I was not sticking to the recipe. I had the recipe in front of me and I just went and I was putting a little bit more baking soda, a little bit less sugar, a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that. And then we had a really bad sourdough. It was a disaster. Second attempt, I performed the recipe perfectly to the T, step by step by step by step. The bread was amazing. It's the same with funnels. So we have a solution. We audit every single step of the funnel before you launch it and before you convince yourself that the funnel is not working. This is another thing. A lot of people build a funnel the wrong way. They launch it and here's the issue. It's not working. Now they think that it is the funnel, whereas it's themselves. They didn't build the funnel the proper way. I have so many examples with clients inside of 7-Figure Funnels. They will watch the videos. They will implement all of my advice. They will be on a call with me and I will tell them exactly how to build it. And then either themselves or their team will go and build it. And it wouldn't be exactly how I told them to build it. It was, let's just say 75% of the strategy, and now it's not working. And they think it's not working. This is not working. We need to change the offer. We need to change this. We need to change that. Not necessarily. It's not this. It's something, it might be something super small that's breaking the funnel. So in 7-Figure Funnels, we've taken care of that. You have the tool, the AI tool, you just plug your funnel, you tell the tool exactly what the funnel is all about, and it will diagnose if the funnel will work or not. For those of you who don't have a funnel, we have another solution. So what we notice is that one of the main reasons why people don't create funnels is because funnels feel very overwhelming. They don't know where to start, they don't know what the solution to be. They don't know how to address the order bumps, the upsells, the copy. They are just all over the place. So how we solve that is we made a decision to create a tool that you just feed the tool and you tell the tool, hey, this is the offer that I have, this is the solution that I have, this is the order bump. You just feed it some of the ideas that you have, and based on my teachings of over 13 of years, everything inside of 7-Figure Funnels, it suggests to you what kind of elements in the funnel will work. This is key because when I work with clients, one of the biggest issues that I see is that people just don't start doing the funnel, and they don't start doing the funnel mainly because they don't know what the front product should be. They don't know how the top of the funnel should look like. They don't know what's going to happen in the middle. They make a mistake what kind of an order bump to put. They make a mistake with the upsell. And then it's a whole disaster in the email sequence. Funnels are about fine tuning the small little elements, the small little things inside of the funnel. This is so important. Once you fix that, once you improve that, you will see so much success with your funnels. So we take care of that as well. Another important part is email sequences. So now you have all of this. You need to know this. A lot of experts will not tell you this, but your funnel is going to produce a really big result once you figure out the funnel itself, and then you understand that the email sequence supplements that. Most people, they build a funnel and then they think, well, I would just build this thing, just automate it a few steps, and then I'm gonna upsell them in the email sequence. That's not how it works. You want the people, the most amount of people to buy from the funnel when they see the funnel, when it's in front of their eyes, because then it is top of mind. They're warm, they're inside of it. But you don't want the email sequence to suck as well. It has to be good. It has to be a good email sequence. So we've created a solution. We've created an email AI tool that was trained on all of my emails, all of them, plus it was trained on the 50 subject lines that I have that sell all the time. How do I know? Because every single time when we use this exact subject line of this email, we always see a spike in sales. So we support with that as well. Why do you want to have funnels in your business? You want to have funnels in your business because you want to make sure that the business is not you, and especially in an industry where you can have funnels, you're not baking croissants. Also, to be honest with you, if you have a bakery, you can have a pretty badass funnel. So you want to make sure that you don't trade your time all the time. Funnels not just brought more income into my world, but they brought peace of mind, something that I didn't have. Because literally every single month I had to figure out how to bring more money. My brain was constantly on. I could not relax even for a second, and this was very traumatizing. Once we introduced funnels, we saw a change. Because finally, every single day, there will be sales coming and coming again and coming again and coming again. Now, I have to warn you, not every funnel is born equal. Not every funnel will be successful. I want you to know that I went through years of testing. Years. In fact, the very first funnel that I made for myself, because before that I had funnels for so many businesses, and you know how when you go to the hair salon, the hairstylist, sometimes their hair will look the worst, or you go to the nail salon and their nails will look the worst, or you go to a social media manager and their own social media probably will not look as great as their clients look like. We had the same experience in our agency. In fact, our agency, by the way, don't even have a social media presence. So with myself, it was the same. I will build offers for so many companies and so many individuals, and then I didn't have one. And I decided to build one a couple of years ago. I think that was around 7 or 8 years ago, and I made the whooping amount of $400 in 1 year with that funnel. And I was heartbroken. I was just so heartbroken. I thought, this is embarrassing. However, the embarrassment continued. So after that, we've tried so many different options, so many different funnels. And even though we were crushing it for clients and we knew the strategy and we knew what to do, we still couldn't fully create funnels for us that were working. But we never stopped. I never gave up. And 4 years ago, I told myself, this is it. I will make funnels work. Finally, I will, if I have to sit for a full month in a cave and figure it out, I will do it. Well, I didn't sit in a cave. I sat on the beach in Costa Rica, which is actually a very inspiring place to be. I sat for a full month. I figured out exactly how the funnels should look like. And there we go, for success. One of my programs at that time, Path to Profit, were selling on autopilot. The first month we introduced a new funnel, $80,000, actually 83, I think, either 83 or $86,000. And then again and again and again, success with that funnel. And 2 years ago, I took the next level and I designed over 42 funnels in my business, which solved a few problems. It solved first the problem of having a small audience, and it solved the problem of the same people seeing the same things. Now we had all this diversity, and once we did that, things exploded, literally exploded. This is one of the reasons why I got from $500,000 a year to a $2 million a year. And pretty much the main thing that changed was the funnel structure. Now, I want to also tell you that we had to shift funnels multiple times. Like even this year, we had to change things. We had to tweak things. We had to change email sequences. I had to kill some products as well because they were not working. So you have to be open. When people come to me and they ask me, what is a successful freebie that I can have? Or what is a low ticket offer that I can have? And I suggest things, but I tell them, listen, these things could possibly change in the next couple of months just because people change so fast. So be prepared to change, be prepared to shift things, be prepared to experiment. But know that you will finally make it happen. And if you don't want to do this alone, if you want to do it with the real OG of funnels, somebody who has done thousands and thousands of funnels, then the right space to be is 7-figure funnels. We also have live labs, as I told you, when we look at the funnels, and we also have created an incredible AI tool that is going to design the funnels for you, the copy for the landing pages. It's going to do the email sequences as well. And the best part is when you do that, you can actually come once again to the human, because to be honest with you, I think you will need a human as well who is experienced, and I can tell you exactly what is going to work and what is not going to work. So I can't wait to see you inside.